drums of London we sound. Too many years we've been down. We feel invincible now. Rebuilt by two of our own, Saka and Emil Smith Rowe. Born in with fire, with skill. We got the boys from Brazil. The drums of London we sound. Ain't no soft touch, no more. We're made of granite, we roar. And now the champs are in town. New Viking King coming down. The drums of London will sound. All put their hands on the crown.
Hello, welcome back to the Mr. Arsenal podcast for another match day watch along the biggest one of the season from an Arsenal perspective. As you can see already, I am joined by Tom, a complete neutral today. How you doing, Tom?
I'm not bad. Thank you for having me on.
I mean, we will get into obviously your team as well as the stream goes on, because obviously you've got no manager now. You're looking for a new manager. Your old manager almost ended up at Southampton. It's now happening. It's all good.
I might apply for it. You never know.
It's all completely gone mental since we last went live together. But it is what it is. But yeah, we are here for the Arsenal game. There has been a bit of drama today concerning a certain Arsenal midfielder. 1 minute he's not. No, he's not even at a hotel. He's not in the match. He's not going to be there at all. Next thing you know, he's at the hotel, team bus, arriving at the stadium with a wash bag. Everyone's getting hyped up. And he's not in the matchday squad. That's all. But it is what it is, and this is the team for tonight, the home team anyway. We've got Ramsdale in goal, Tomiyasu instead of Ben White, which I can understand because Ben White for the last couple of games has been below par compared to his own standards this season. We've got Saliba, Gabriel and Zinchenko, and then Jorginho comes in for Partey when everyone's having a meltdown because he's at Chelsea, they're idiots. Hopefully he steps up tonight and proves them wrong, alongside Granit Xhaka. We've got Martin Odegaard, Saka, Martinelli and Eddie up top. And on the bench, I've got a tab now, a big screen for me. We've got Turner, Ben White, Tierney, Jakob, Rob Holding, Fabio Vieira, Trossard. Reece Nelson is back in the matchday squad after he last played in the matchday squad against Nottingham Forest before the World Cup, I think it was. And Koza Dubry, our under 21 striker, is back on the bench as well tonight. But before I give my thoughts on, before we get ready for kick-off, obviously Mr. Bungle's in the chat. Big up, Mr. Bungle. How you doing, my friend? Hope you're keeping well. Had a good weekend as well, because all things considered. Tom, I'll get your thoughts. As you're the neutral, as I mentioned already before.
Well, until about 7 minutes ago, I didn't play. I thought, oh, it's from Arsenal Man City tonight. Okay. Title decider, apparently, as long as it goes your way. But
yeah, basically.
Yeah. Well, no, to be fair to you, you're the team that's in front, so they have to beat you.
Yeah, and we've got a game in hand still after tonight, and no matter what, we've still got an extra game to play ahead. But yeah.
I mean, this is where you really find out how good you are, though, isn't it? Against the champions.
Yeah, a lot of people, again, a lot of the pundits and all that, Gail Clichy and Alan Shearer are the main pundits for Amazon tonight. And Shearer himself has said this is, of all the games this season, and Liverpool's and Tottenham's at home, Man City at home is the indicator. Take out the equation of Arteta versus Pep and all that. We are where we are, rightly so, in terms of where we are in the league and all that, compete for a title as we speak. But we haven't played because of the Queen's death, and they had to reschedule European game and all that. This game got postponed in the first place, so we haven't played City yet. So this is the real test, and it's weird timing. Again, a couple of games ago, I would have said this is perfect for us, but we have lost to Everton. We got robbed on Saturday. Don't care what anyone says. Oh, human error. There's two people, human error, that forgot to put a line in and say, oh yeah, he's offside. Oh, and he's offside too. Yeah, they forgot my ass. But hey, no, not corruption. There's no agenda against Arsenal and all that bollocks.
No. My only thing, I can make this quick about that. My question is, even with, they forgot to draw. You don't need the lines to see there's 2 players offside.
Thank you. But it's just pathetic on a Sunday morning.
Up Arsenal's arse. Like, I don't believe there is an agenda against Arsenal, but that was shocking.
That doesn't help things, though. It doesn't help.
No. You're right. It's not gonna help convince people that think that is not the case. But I'm sat there, and I'm on Gary's show, and obviously I'm just watching like a small thumbnail on Twitter, like off like an illegal. Sorry, not illegal.
Perfectly legal stream.
Perfectly legal Arabic stream where one of the users has kindly uploaded the thumbnail to Twitter, and basically it's from an angle where you don't really know what happened. You don't really know anything. You just see bosh balls in the net. And I'm sitting there and I'm like, well, admit I'm wrong on this, but I sat there. I was like, well, there's obviously a reason they did give it, like, and we can't really see it. But as soon as I saw it from the side angle, I'm like, how's this goal stand? Like, I don't understand it. Like, the only thing I can really think of is not the agendas against Arsenal. It's the Premier League love Brentford, and I don't like, because they got some decisions against us where I'm sitting there like, has Thomas Frank got photos of someone at the referees like meeting? Like, if they got if Brentford got photos of people with horses that don't want them photos to get out, because how will they get? Ivan Toney got a hat trick against Leeds in September, but
5-2, wasn't it? Yeah, I remember that now.
Yeah, but I think the first goal was a penalty that was so egregious in that it wasn't, that Jesse Marsh got sent off for basically saying that it wasn't. But
yeah,
it
just proves how incompetent these refs are and how useless they are. And this week, a bit of everything that's gone on, not just in the Arsenal game, we saw the Brighton Palace game as well. Palace Brighton, sorry, and other games throughout the weekend. This could have been a huge statement for Harold Webb, who's just taken over from the former corrupt, can't remember his name now, but he's not Mike Riley. That's it. To put his foot down and say, no, I'm ruling with an iron fist. You've made too many mistakes this season, concerning not just one team, numerous teams. I know we're halfway through the season, but you're back out the door. But hey, it is what it is. They're going quickly. I'll bring Joel in afterwards. Go on.
Yeah, just a several question about the same thing. Where's the linesman in this? Because he's surely in a position where he can go, he's offside.
Don't need him, apparently.
He's offside. But instead, he went, let's see what the computer says. Because that's what all the refs do nowadays. They go, what's the computer say? And the computer is run by a human that usually doesn't know. Stevie Wonder runs it, basically.
Cool.
I'll behave now.
Yay.
Starting Eddie. Oh, you definitely go win. You've got Eddie up front. Hello? Hello? That has occurred to me, Thunder Road. I think it might actually be possible that he has, but he's doing the thing I would do in a situation. Why tell anyone? They already think you're blind. Like, he can basically, like, I was going to say some really criminal things then, but he could basically, like, do whatever he wants, and everyone would be like, oh, Stevie, innit? He's blind. I mean, my evil plan to gain control of the stream. Let me answer some questions while Ryan works to get himself back in. Oh, hello, Mr. Joel.
You're right.
Hello. My name's Mr. Tom. I'm taking over this show. I'm taking over this show, baby. I did take a break Thunder Road, but I got asked to sit here while Arsenal played Man City, and I've got my chicken dinner, so it's gonna.
Anyway, while you have your 2 minutes, I'm going to bring Joel in and get Eastwood before he has to go for the first half. Joel, how are you doing? How's your weekend been? And hope you behaved yourself last night and treated the wife well and all that.
I was at work.
Oh, he's working. So, okay.
Yeah, so she was happy.
Okay, fair enough. Move on slightly from that. What are your thoughts, though, as into towards the game tonight in terms of no party? There was a bit of a flirting there was a bit of flirting online. I don't know if you saw of those photos of him arriving with the team with a wash bag. So people maybe thought, maybe he's on the bench, maybe at a worst case, not even on the bench. Do you think that's a big deal as much as people are probably making out of it? Or do you think with Jorginho, because we've got Jorginho, and the whole reason we got him in the first place is with things like this? Do you think Jorginho can, even though it is Man City tonight, help do a job and just get us over the line tonight?
Yeah, no, I think 100%. I think, like you were saying, Jorginho has been brought in for this reason. With the worry we had around Partey originally, didn't we? That we were going to bring a guy in that could sort of fulfill the same sort of role. He's got the experience in the big games as well, and he's got that winning mentality, isn't he? So, personally, I think when you look at the lineup, I'm quite happy with the lineup, to be perfectly honest. There's probably people that think different, but I don't really care about what they think. But that's just, I think it's all right, to be fair. And that they've gone for the all-out attack, haven't they? Let's be honest, right?
They've literally
put the kitchen sink in there, haven't they? And
they're playing 3 at the back, and they're playing wingers, not the wing backs as wing backs. So I
think that's the interesting thing, is that they have stuck with the 3 at the back. I think that's their vulnerability, especially against our lads. And Nathan Aki, they're bringing him in, they said, to sort of solidify, but we've seen him with quite a few errors, haven't we? So you get two quick lads running at you. I think, 3 quick lads, let's not forget Nketiah here. I know a lot of people say, he's not Jesus, but he has been getting goals. And I think he's going to thrive at something like this. He's going to thrive on it. Because these are the games that are gonna keep him in that that mindset of wanting to win. He had his opportunity at the end of last season, and I think he's going to love this game tonight. I think he's going to want to prove a point. And 3 at the back, I think those 3 up front, they're going to love it. I would have gone 4 at the back. I would have gone 4 at the back, in my opinion, but. Pep's good at what Pep does, isn't he? Let's be honest. But Partey, it is a shame, but I just think, you've got Jorginho, you brought him in for that reason, and I think it's not like it's his second game in the Premier League. Do you know what I mean? He's a guy that's Prem ready. He knows Man City already as well. You're putting him in to do a job. So I'm looking forward to it. To be fair, it's not one of those. Everyone's saying, it's the season defining game. It's a big game, but I don't think it's a season defining game because we've still got a long way to go.
Yeah,
there's still a lot of games to go, and it's just a game. It's a game. The next game to win, isn't it? That's how we got to look at it. Each game at a time. Like we said at the start of the season, Ryan. When we got on the run and we were top of the league, me and you, we stuck to one game at a time. Everyone else is going, we've won the league. One game at a time. And I think that's what Arteta's going to say. Let's not look beyond this game. Let's play our game against whoever we're playing. Let's play our game. Because that's how you win.
And give this crowd something to shout for from the get-go.
You know what? I think the atmosphere will be unbelievable. Unbelievable tonight. But prediction-wise, it's a tough one, isn't it? It's a toughie.
We expect the robot to score for them at some point, more likely, because he's just a robot. And
but then, to be fair,
then they're gone.
You know, he's what had 4 away games where he hasn't scored or something like that. Is it the last 4?
United either. Yeah, he struggled against. He was played out the Man City game, the Manchester Derby a few weeks ago as well.
And you think, you know, and by the sounds of it, he's not his fittest. You know.
No, yeah.
So, you know, if we're ever going to get him, you know, we were going to get him at some stage. It's now better than the last game of the season with 1 point between us, for example.
Yeah. And with, again, to mention Jorginho, we on deadline day, we were talking on WhatsApp back and forth about it. I didn't see the reason why the overreaction in a sense of.
I think it's shrewd business, Ryan. Yeah, I think that's.
Someone got 6 months. He's Prem proof. He's won a European international trophy of his country recently. He's won a Champions League, Europa League, Super Cup, World Club Cup.
We haven't gone out and paid 80 million for a youngster that hasn't played in the Premier League.
Unproven, yeah.
I was going to say that.
That sat in the middle of midfield, but that sat in the middle of midfield and hasn't hasn't got a resume, to be perfectly honest. And imagine him. And this is not just a particular player. This is any player across the globe. Let's be honest. If you pay 80 million for a 21-year-old, stick him in the middle of midfield against Man City, how daunting. You've got the price tag on your head. You've got the pressure of someone chasing you in the league, and you've got a point to prove because you've got the pressure mounted on you before you've even kicked a ball. We've got Jorginho, 31 years old. He's proven in his game. He plays a similar role. I think he'll do the job tonight. So let's just see. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, teams are just coming out now, so I don't know if you're going to disappear tonight.
I'll have to run downstairs.
But teams have just come out, and the flames are up, and the light shows happened, and all that jazz.
What's your predictions, lads? I know it's a tough one, and a lot of people.
I'm going to go 2-1 Arsenal. If we win this, it'll be 2-1.
Sorry, I didn't realise it was a 7:30 kickoff. Sorry, I was rambling away earlier. Didn't realise. I thought it was 8 o'clock. Sorry, but it usually is, though, isn't it?
Usually, but Amazon decided to actually make it.
Yeah. Well, you mentioned Amazon earlier, and I'm sat there like, oh, it's on Amazon.
Yeah, that's the thing. I've stopped me bloody subscription, so
find another ways, are we?
I will find a way.
Borrowing someone's password, I believe it's legal when it's Amazon, not when it's Netflix, apparently.
Yeah. Well, I suppose you probably can for the next month, but then just forget it.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Of course. Yes, sir. You're right.
Not that Netflix don't earn enough money from the pandemic, as they were the biggest, you know.
Yeah.
Subscribe streaming site in the world, but
Netflix going out of danger because you gave your mum your password. They're out of business next week.
To be fair, though, you know,
human error.
I think my parents have enjoyed Netflix long enough, so do you know what I mean? It's time to give it back. But it's I'll probably see you at halftime, and but no, I think it's, as I say, I'm with you, Ryan. It's gonna be, there's a goal in it. Do you know what I mean? There's a goal in it, and I think that's the tough one. I think if Nketiah really wants to stake his claim, tonight's the one. I think even if he gets a goal and it's a draw, I think that makes him look, wow, you've really put your foot down here, lad. Because Jesus is 3-4 weeks away.
Even next week or the week after.
I know he's
rumours.
I just wouldn't want to push it.
Sorry.
Do you know what I mean? We've seen it before.
Yeah.
So I would have just thought. My thought was that similar to the gentleman that have commented, 2-2 win for Arsenal.
2-2 win.
Well, yeah, because if you draw 2-2, it'll feel like you won.
Yeah, we feel like a win. We've got Damien Ansell. Yeah.
Do you know what though? And
they won't feel like
it
they
sounds
won.
mad, but it's almost like there's only so many times you can draw.
Yeah.
And don't get me wrong, this would be a major draw. I'm totally with you. Totally with you. This would be a major draw, but this would also be a major win. This would be a major win. So, because everyone's looking at us going, they've collapsed. They've collapsed.
Yeah.
They've already decided that we've collapsed. But I think they put Sutton, I think it was, they were talking to Chris Sutton, and he said 2-1 Arsenal. He said, I just think they're going to, they've got Man City, there's a lot going on. This is the time now to get there, really. But
my only thing with that, and I don't want to upset anyone, is that if Chris Sutton told me the sky at night was black, I would go outside to double check it.
Yeah. And you'd still see his football coming down from the sky.
Yeah, exactly. I say that he's a Premier League winner, and I still think he's full of shit. But yeah,
his penalty would still be coming down. Right,
we are on the way, Joe. So I'm going to let you go quickly before you miss anything.
Take care, mate. I'll speak to you soon. See you, mate.
Oh dear. No score. Right. I've got the scoreboard up, but no scoreboard on their end. That's in. It's like, here we go. 30 odd seconds in. We've got a few people in the chat now. NMF, BX, Thundervo, Stefan, Mr. Bungle, all the usual suspects, basically, and a few extras. Oh, this. But yeah, what's going on at Leeds in terms of, because obviously he was heavily linked to the ex-Ajax manager who's just been sacked, by the way. It took over Ten Hag. That then fell apart after some backlash publicly. And now, go on. Go on, Eddie. Go on, Eddie. Go on. Oh, you bastard. Sack Jacker.
I'm inclined to think that our next manager might as well be Krusty the Clown, because that's what's
going on. Give me the job. I'll keep you safe. Give me the job. I'll keep you up.
It's very, yeah. The thing that annoys me about it is the team's not terrible. But
no, you've got a good team. It's just
the results are not happening.
No.
The thing I said to someone earlier on Twitter, I was like, the thing is, what someone wrote basically that Leeds have scored the most goals in the bottom half, or like definitely the most out of the teams in the relegation battle. But But the problem is that when we score goals, we also let in goals. But then when we keep a clean sheet, the match will finish 0-0 because we won't take advantage of it.
Well, what was it? I was saying it was a few weeks ago now, obviously back in, I think, in January in the FA Cup replay against Cardiff. Was it 5-0 up? You conceded 2 late goals.
Yeah.
What the fuck? And what was it against? Who was the next round against? Accrington Stanley or something like that?
Yeah,
3-0 up.
Stanley scored as well. Yeah.
Yeah, 3-0 up. They scored at the end.
Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. At the time, I was just like, I was enjoying the high of just, we actually scored 3 goals in a football match.
You've actually scored goals.
Exactly. It doesn't matter who it's against. Like, if you're winning, you're winning. But I was like, I'm sat there. My boy, Junior Firpo, scored as well, so I was doubly happy. But sat there. Accrington Stanley scored, right, and I'm just like sat there like, well, that's disappointing. Marsh is going to be furious, and he's right to be furious.
Yeah.
But as long as they don't get a second one, we're fine.
We'll be fine.
I wasn't so certain that they weren't going to get a second one because it's Leeds United, but
you've got a good squad of play. It's not, for whatever reason, under Jesse, it just wasn't clicking as a whole. As you say, it was either getting a clean sheet and not scoring, or you'd score but you're still conceding. It was never either one. A complete opposite of it.
Yeah, the trend I noticed over the course of this season. Usually, like a team will have like a warning shot. Like you'll get a chance in the first 2 minutes of a game. You won't take it because the game's like rusty.
Yeah.
But it's like you've laid down that marker. Like if you defend like that again, we're going to score. Except when a team does that to us, they do score, and it's 1-0. Like Aston Villa scored in the first 2 minutes against us.
Yeah, I
and
remember that.
it
Yeah.
came from Leeds having a corner.
Yep.
We got a corner in the first 30 seconds of the game, and then we ended up 1-0 down. Yeah. But that happened. Nottingham Forest didn't get in our box until they scored. And as soon as they went 1-0 up, I just knew the game was done. Like, I'm generally not defeatist during the games, but I just felt like these guys don't get that. I don't know what the right word is. You know, like them moments in football that are 50-50, like the ball's just going to drop for you, or it doesn't.
Yeah.
Or it doesn't. Well, this season, it just doesn't. And it needs to change, or we'll be in the Championship.
Yeah. Personally, I keep saying, even though you haven't got a manager at the moment and the caretaker's been extended, take your time, Carl. Take your time. Fucking knobhead. Even though
it says a lot about
you got all your stuff going, even though you got all your stuff going on at the moment. One sec. Well done, Jorginho. I think there's still 4 or 5 teams worse than you. Southampton being one of them, Bournemouth being one of them. West Ham, I'd even throw them in at the moment. Everton, even though they beat us the other week, they're shown on Monday night that it was literally just all because we're at home and it's a new manager. Well, hey. So
people think I'm going to.
Go on.
I'm mental when I say Brentford are in a 10, but I think we're better than Brentford. The reality is Brentford turned up at Ellen Road with a back 8 and they got a 0-0 draw. So, yeah, they were happy. But that tells me, obviously it's tactically clever because they got a point and things like that. And they've not got an obligation to let us win. But at the same time, I'll sit there and I just think, you're in the biggest league in the world at like the best it's ever been, and you turn up with a low block of 4 and 4.
Defend. Sorry, yeah, it's just literally. Sorry, Saka's been fouled. Rest played on, and City almost scored basically. Yeah, Bernardo's gone behind and took his leg. Didn't win the ball whatsoever. And the ref goes play on, and City almost score from it.
I owe Russ an apology just before anything. I owe Russ an apology, right? Because I was mocking his use of language. Don't get me wrong, right? I was still right to mock him going, the lines, because it was funny. But he was right. They should have drawn the lines.
But you didn't know they hadn't.
Exactly. Yeah. Don't preface that. I did not know that is what happened. Obviously, how could I know? I'm not watching it on TV or I'm not there.
Yeah.
But I'm sitting there, I'm reading it like I suppose his frustration, anger, and it's like, they didn't even write the lines. So naturally, my troll mind is like, the lines. But then I watched it and I'm like, actually, where are the fucking lines?
Exactly. What was it? Kevin Campbell was on Ref Watch on Monday with Dermot Gallagher and all that. And for once, I put a tweet out saying it was so refreshing to see the set-up team argue and go back and forth with Dermot Gallagher, actually hold him and the PGMO and Howard Webb and all that, and the officials in question actually to account and not allow the bullshit of human error. Because end of the day, part of your job, you're sitting there watching the game. You've got yourself and another pair of eyes. That's the worst thing. There's another pair of eyes. There's 2 pairs of eyes, and they've not put the lines in it. And even gone, we need to put the lines in here. So Kevin Campbell gets to the point and goes, either they genuinely forgot, or they deliberately
didn't need the lines though.
No, but I'm saying
we're all sitting here going, they didn't draw the lines, but that is offside even without lines. Like, what were they looking at?
No, this is what I'm saying, and this is what Kev was saying on Monday morning. Like, either they've genuinely forgot two people forgot to do their job, or it's deliberate. And if they have genuinely forgot, they're not good enough to do their job then. And since then, the VAR official for the Liverpool game and tonight's game was called off and replaced, and the VAR official for our game against Brentford gets the weekend off. Don't do it again. There's no. I keep saying they're too protected. Since the PGMLL had been formed, it's too. They're so protected. There's no accountability anymore. Back in the day, before that was formed, this organisation was formed. If a ref made a mistake of that ilk or even less, they're suspended for 2 to 3 weeks. Not just you've got the weekend off. Don't do it again. And if they kept doing it, they're sacked. I mean, what was it? The ref from last year's game, the corresponding fixture of this game from last year, New Year's Day.
Yeah,
he was sacked 5-6 years prior to that game for a game refereeing a game against Watford and Reading in the Championship for giving a goal that wasn't. And then he got in that time frame, he got rehired again, and now he's a Premier League official. Stuart Atlee, that's it, or Stuart Atwell, one of the two. I think it's that Stuart Atwell, Stuart something, either way. And it's like the old gentleman's Northern club, basically, because every ref is from the Midlands or the North. You don't see, I don't know a single ref that's actually from down here. And they all support Tranmere Rovers or Greater Manchester, for example, Bolton, whatever. But they're Tranmere Rover fans. They're Stockport fans. They're Port Vale fans. Yeah, that bollocks they are.
I smell
David Coote. David Coote. Fucking. He's not a Man United fan. He's a Stockport fan. Fuck off. I mean, tonight's ref, Anthony Taylor, from Manchester. Arsenal, London team, okay, we're at home and all that, against a team with Manchester in their name, from Manchester. Go on, Eddie, go on. Ah, well done, fucking Diaz, you prick. Starting off well, I'll say that, 11 minutes in, like we usually do at home, front foot for the first 10-15 minutes, causing problems. Go on, Odegaard, go on. I mean, I don't get Pep's mindset. Oh, fuck's sake. Saying that, somebody else just gives the ball away. I don't get Pep's mindset in terms of playing, it looks like, one time, I think, Bernardo Silva at left wing back. And I'm trying to figure out who he's playing at right wing back. Because it ain't Carl Walker, he's centre back. I think it's Mahrez. And if that's the case, neither of them have got a defensive mind in their body.
He won the Premier League without a striker. I try not to question.
Well, that's okay then, apparently. Yeah, that's okay. Just risk it. Fuck it. Let's fight away this year then.
He just went,
Bloody
you know what?
What the fuck is this ref? I mean, seriously. Eddie's just gone for the ball, got flung in the air by Nathan Ake, and Man City get the free kick. But no, they don't fucking learn. It pisses me off, the referees. They don't fucking learn. He's the one who put his body in the line. He's the one who threw himself in the fucking air and put his head literally on Eddie's boot. And Eddie's boots were normal height, by the way, and they've got the free kick. He's literally took Eddie out of the penalty box. He's dove low in the air, dove low though, towards Eddie's boot. And Eddie's like just slightly off his boots, just slightly off the floor. Eddie's gone flying, and they've got a free kick. He couldn't make it up, and yet the referees are capable of doing their jobs. Apparently, Howard fucked up this week. He could have and should have realistically sacked certain officials this week. He didn't. He bottled it yet again. And people go, "Oh, he's fantastic." People need to remember how fucking corrupt he was as a referee. Fucking, he was known as 12th man, not as 12th man. No matter who is officiating.
Hello to everyone. Welcome to Ref Watch Live on the
Done
Mr.
properly.
Arsenal podcast.
Done properly. None of this. I'm not being paid to fucking put out the party line of human error. I have no mindset of my own. Fucking joke. Who Leeds got this weekend out of interest? Because obviously we were talking
Everton.
about it before. Oh, that'd
Everton
be tough.
away.
That's going to be a.
It will be tough.
They've got a manager at least.
It's the worst one as well that you'd want to play in this situation.
Yeah.
Because you know he's going to have them up for this. I know his team talk's going to be, all right, lads, they've got no manager, so you can get at them, get stuck in. Like, but I'm not looking forward to it.
Chris is asking as well, wasn't there 2 decisions? They only checked one. There's 3 actually. They only checked the one. The 3 were there was 2 offsides in terms of the Arsenal game against Brentford, 2 offsides in the same incident, and I found Zinchenko. 2 players doubled up on him and fouled him off the ball, and you had Pinnock and Norgard offside. They checked the foul, but didn't check either offside. And like everyone said, but Norgard, his body is moving away. You can tell he's trying to put himself back on side. So why did no one notice that? I see on the attack now. God, give me strength. Fuck. Get rid of it, Gabriel. I'm going to be fucking on edge tonight. But so, are you at home or away for Everton?
It's at Goodison, unfortunately.
So he's part of his team talk as well is going to be prove that Arsenal the other week wasn't a one-off, because obviously he played Arsenal, beat us at Goodison, and then went to Anfield and crap. Basically, let's be brutally honest. Yeah. There was crap as they were under Lampard.
I assumed you was going to win there, and this would be the game that they targeted as basically that's going to be our first win under Dyche. Yeah, but now it's, we won the one we weren't expected to win. So whatever happens here, we're where we probably thought we would have been. But
just a bit of an update as well. Ramsdale's taking his boot off and one of his gloves off, and he's not looking good. So Matt Turner might have to come on. I don't know why he's gone down, but not looking good. And Saka stripping off and putting a new shirt on already. Just a bit of an update there.
The team sheet for Chelsea is out, and
they're playing tonight. They're playing. I can't remember they've even got the Champions League.
Dortmund.
Ooh.
Basically, they are playing the 4-2-3-1 formation. Looks like a star basically. Interesting lineup. Playing a double pivot of Enzo Fernandez and Ruben Loftus-Cheek, and then they've got Hilo Mudryk, João Felix, Ziyech, and Kai Havertz.
Okay, come on, Dortmund. There's upset.
You're right, Arsenal misfit. You are right. Is all I'm going to say. That is my opinion. I did not like that we sacked Bielsa and had Marsh waiting in the wings, like to take the job a day later. I didn't like it, but it at least told me that they had a plan.
They were preparing for it.
Yeah, and it was like, okay, we're good to go. He can implement whatever he wants to implement at the earliest possible opportunity. Gave him the best chance of succeeding, sort of thing. But basically, you've sacked Jesse Marsh, and in my opinion, whoever you planned on bringing in said no.
Yeah.
And whoever you then moved on to also said no. And probably third or they're in a situation where they're in a situation where they've I reckon they've sat there and gone, do we give Allardyce a call? And they've obviously said to themselves, no, because we picked out Bielsa. We're not that team. And it's like, I don't care what team we are. I just don't want to be a championship team.
again anymore.
Exactly.
No, I don't blame him because again, Premier League is better off having teams like Leeds in the Premier League because historically you're big. You are one of the big clubs. You need to be. Leeds should not be a Championship or League One team like you obviously once were. You know, same with the Aston Villas of this world and Everton's. They're big. They are historically big clubs. They shouldn't be in a situation they've been in respectively over the last decade or whatever, respectively. It's just got shitty owners.
I physically watched in person. I physically watched Leeds play at 4 different levels of football.
Yeah,
I've watched them in a League One match, a Championship match, Premier League match, and I watched them in a Champions League match.
Yeah, early 2000s. Yeah.
Was it I don't know if I've mentioned it. We got to the semi-final.
Yeah, but I say semi-final against was it Valencia or Bayern? Was it Valencia? I think it was. Yeah,
Valencia beat us. Yeah.
Because Valencia knocked us out the round beforehand.
Yeah.
It would have been in all England's time otherwise.
Yeah, and I'm confident we would have made the final had that been the case.
Imagine that though, the build-up. If we hadn't been knocked out by, I hated John Carew, by the way, as a kid. The vein of my life for 2-3 years, Arsenal Valencia, he'd always pop up with that goal, knocked us out. It pissed me off. But imagine we had, if we'd gotten through that into the semi-final against you guys, the build-up would have been, because obviously David O'Leary, ex-Arsenal, was your manager, and he had a thing of basically just talking down, like basically turning up, talking down Arsenal and getting the results. So that would have been built up on ITV, especially because it was free to air at the time. Like you wouldn't believe, it would have been like the most watched game that year, and you wouldn't have got a higher ranking game until whenever.
We got some absurdly good results in that Champions League run. Every round that there was a draw, we got the worst possible draw.
Yeah.
Or somehow we'd get through because it was 2 group stages.
Yeah, back then as well. Yeah,
we got through the first group stage, got through the second group. We got through the second group stage in 4 matches. With 2 games to go, both Leeds and Real Madrid were through. So it basically we played Real Madrid in the 5th game where whoever won was basically going to top the group.
Yeah.
And then we drew Dortmund, Deportivo.
Yeah, go on, sorry, yeah. Eddie just had a chance.
Of course he has. We drew Deportivo, and I remember in the media, basically, they obviously, from Deportivo's side, they were like, this is the best outcome we could have hoped for. They're the weakest team in the draw. And then we beat them 3-0 at Ellen Road.
Yeah. He had a decent team back then. This was obviously prior to everything.
Deportivo were the champions. They were the champions.
The Liga. They were a decent team in obviously in Spain, not like they are now. They were top notch back then. Even Man United struggled
at the time. Yeah, at the time they were the champions. I'm sure of it. And that great lad like Roy Mackay, off the top of my head. Great players, but they turned up at Ellen Road thinking they'd already won it. Because basically they were another Spanish team that basically had never been beaten at home by an English team sort of thing. And it was like, well, that's fine. You could beat us in second leg, but you're going to have to overturn a 3-0 deficit to do it. Obviously they couldn't. I think they beat us 2-0 in the second leg, but by then it didn't matter. But that team we had was... It's the best Leeds team I've ever seen. Like, obviously, older fans would pick out a team from the 70s or that. But what I physically saw, that team with like Rio Ferdinand, Bowyer, Kuehl. Not that I want to promote him, but he was a great footballer.
But Lee Bowyer, Kuehl, Rio, before he went to United, Danny Mills, Viduka, Alan Smith, obviously not Arsenal. The Arsenal Alan Smith, obviously your own, very own Alan Smith, one of your own. Yeah, Paul Robinson in goal before he went to Tottenham and became a twat.
I always felt Nigel Martin was the better goalkeeper.
Ian Hart, he loved scoring a free kick against Arsenal as well. I remember
he scored 2 free kicks against Arsenal.
I remember, one of the ones that stick in my mind was the start of the 01-02 season. Our first home game, 1-0 Man City. What the fuck was that? After everything we've done. Oh my god.
Good call on Pablo Aimar BX. Just thought I'd notice. Great player. Always used to pick him. Football man.
That? Why is Ramsdale out of his goal? What he was? Just gifted it on. Just gifted Man City a goal. What the fuck are we playing at?
You got time to get back into this.
No, but it's not the point. Saliba goes for the ball, hits off his head, and Tomiyasu. What's Tomiyasu doing, man? So, fuck me. He literally assisted. He literally passed it to De Bruyne. It was nowhere near. I know he was trying to pass it, but he didn't pass it nowhere near Ramsdale. So Ramsdale's come out to come and try and rush out and get it, and De Bruyne's got because nearer to him. He's just lobbed fucking Ramsdale. Oh. Fucking seriously. The one change he didn't want to fuck up is my days. As you say, we've got the time to get back into the game, but it's not the point. You don't need to gift Man City goal.
No. I get that.
And I don't
better this happening in the 24th minute than the 84th.
Yeah. No, exactly. I get that, but it's just like if they'd worked for it and all that, then fair enough. But it was just like, there you go, do your best, and they did. Like bastards. Everyone when in doubt, keep drinking. Why do you think I prepared tonight?
Is that a Guinness?
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
Sorry. Yeah, you got it in you to get a goal back. Don't worry. I mean, I'm not.
Okay.
I don't know. I'm not watching the flow play.
Bernardo Silva now has made four cynical fouls on Saka in the first 26 minutes. 4. And ref entertainer, no, not booking you. Free kick, but go on, no booking you. Other way round, we're getting booked and sent off for fuck's sake. I won't go that far quite yet, Russ, but it's annoying, and the way we did it, as I keep saying, the way we did it is just so unnecessary.
Again, I agree with Arsenal Misfit again. Although he's describing my grievances with my own team. Like, it annoys me when we concede a goal which comes from you could have prevented it by literally just putting the ball anywhere except what you actually did.
Yeah. That's what Tomiyasu done.
Put it in row Z. Put it on the halfway line and watch them come back at you. But then at least you've got 20 seconds to reset.
Just boots it out for the corner. He could even, if he felt pressure, just boots it into fucking out for a corner and get everyone back. But he did what he did, and it's just like, you're serious. Go on. Oh, Tommy, you bastard. Why are you? One of them games, isn't it, tonight?
But, yeah.
Oh, dear. At least we've got Unai Emery's Villa coming up on Saturday. That's going to be nice and easy, isn't it? Away. You watch the
I get the feeling he's going to set up in a way that is very not letting you in.
Yeah. Literally park the bus. Seriously, you're 1-0 up in the pot. You're literally going, oh, take the free kick, the goal kick, but we're not going to take the goal kick. And Taylor's just going, come on.
I'm enjoying BX's positivity. It's the more helpful attitude.
Yeah, unlike me, I've just lost my mind now after that.
Yeah, if it was me, I would not have that attitude, but it is the more helpful attitude.
Yeah.
I think I'm more 50-50. Like, I'm not quick to be like, oh, Leeds are fucked. But I find I get quicker because we're not doing well.
Saka, you bastard! He bottled it. He bottled it. He could have had a shot. He fucking hesitated and allowed him to get 3 defenders back and block it. Fucking hell. We've just shown he can get out of the defence and he was gone, oh, no, I'm going for a shot. And he would have been onside because Bernardo played him on. He hesitated 2-3 times. Oh. See? This is what Tommy actually does to you. He makes a mistake. This is what he does to me. I've completely throws my mindset out and I'm just fucking stressing all the time now. Go on, Steve. Hold him up. Hold him up. Hold him up. Draw the foul if you have to. Well done, Saliba. Come on, lads. Come on. Don't overplay it, but don't hold him the ball too long either. Run into space. Look at how much space you've got. Run into it. Corner. Thank you very much.
I know he is BX because he did a video from the car, which we've learned is what he does before he goes into work. Yeah.
Oh, Chris is optimistic. I tell you. 19. We were 19 points behind you with a game in hand. The chase is on. Yeah, right.
I saw it. It don't really apply now, but I saw a photo yesterday. Before Gakpo scored, where it basically said João Felix had his debut, got sent off on his debut, sat out for a month because of the ban, then scored, and he still scored before Cody Gakpo.
Yeah. Okay, no.
But then as soon as I read that, Cody Gakpo scored. So
still valid point.
Would have been yesterday, Monday. I saw it. Yeah. But to be fair, Richarlison has been playing for Tottenham for about 8 months now, and still hasn't scored league goal.
Yeah, 8 months, £60 million. Remember, what's a bargain apparently?
Yeah, no goals, no goals.
Better than Jesus. They said.
Before someone corrects me, I know he scored twice against Club Brugge in the Champions League.
We're talking about Premier League.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
I do my research when it comes to insulting footballers.
Even his own.
But when I heard he scored no goals in league, I was like, he scored those.
Oh, fuck off! This ref is a cunt. Carl Walker's a Tottenham fucking bum-nicking. Oh. Basically, he jumps up in the air for the header. He skims off here. He falls to the floor, realises he's not getting a free kick, holds his head, ref gives a free kick. Bollocks. And I'm going to call this ref out every fucking ever he makes tonight. Every call he makes, I'm going to call the prick out. Because, again, like I said, from Manchester, what the fuck is Harold Webb, who, by the way, he's in charge. He decides who's doing what, who's doing what. What is in his head going, team from Manchester, team from London. Oh, my referee will be from Manchester today. It's not the fucking first time this season. And ironically, every time that happens, the team from Manchester gets all the calls. Fucking joke, this ref.
Chris, I can tell you a statistic that sounds fake, but I can assure you is true. Mick McCarthy and Pele have one thing in common in football. Genuinely true. They both committed the most fouls at a World Cup that they played in.
Oh, bloody hell. We never thought that.
I believe 1970 World Cup, Pele was the player that committed the most fouls. And McCarthy would have been 1990, I think.
Yeah, we'll be 1990, yeah. Seriously, we're taking the piss. You didn't even wave him fucking on. Yes, you book him now. Because you didn't even wave him on. He came on and kicked the fucking ball. Yeah, you just told fucking... You just gave yourself away, by the way. I've got no choice. I've got to book him. Literally, anyone that can lip read, he's actually just mouthed to a Man City player, I've got no choice, I have to book him.
Wow.
Oh, mate, it's going to be one of them nights I'm going to lose my mind, aren't I? I'm teetering already.
It's not starting well for you.
No.
I would love to see Mick manage Pele right now because Pele's been dead for about 3 months. So I'd wonder how that happened.
Oh, God.
He can get his coffin and bring it to Blackpool because that's where he's managing now, I think, Mick McCarthy.
Yeah, for until the end of the season, yeah.
He can show Pele's coffin around, can't he? He can go, this is where they do street.
Take him to the old ballroom, yeah. Yeah. This is the coast.
It's the pier. This is the sea, and just push him in. No,
For God's sake. Oh, you would say that. Oh, my days.
it saves you having to arrange travel back, doesn't it? Just let nature take its course.
Oh, Eddie, you're a prick. Fucking
What?
handballing it. Come on. Raquel Welsh, what? What's that?
Unacceptable. She was excellent in Sabrina the Teenage Witch.
Yeah, let them take their time, yeah? Let them time waste. Oh, he's booked someone else for Man City. What a surprise. He's just booked Edison. Woo.
Yeah.
And Edison mouthing off, but that's
yeah,
okay.
dead at 82.
Just died. Oh, bloody hell.
She was a solid citizen. That's the polite way to call it. Solid citizen.
Mm.
And she helped Andy Dufresne escape the Shawshank.
Yeah.
That poster on the wall. I'm sure it was. Correct me if I'm wrong. Might not have been, actually. I don't know.
Someone will in the chat if you're wrong. That's correct.
And Mr. Bungle straight in there with the no soon is too soon.
Oh,
That's
Tommy
why you're the
Ashes
man, Mr. Bungle.
Right, yeah, Pep, get in your technical box because Richard Keys might see you out, so I'll never go at you. Oh, wait, you're not an Arsenal manager, so it's okay.
Actually, right. Why?
Yeah. Mr.
I remember the weirdest things.
You're right.
Strangest things. If it's something that I need to know for monetary purposes, I'll forget it. But if it's something that will benefit me in no financial or professional capacity whatsoever, I will remember it like it was yesterday. Well, she wasn't 82 when he actually is Mr. Bungle, so nothing would put it.
Let's not say anything. Let's not. Just let him do what he does. Leave him to it. Oh, Tommy, mate, you're pissing me off tonight. Okay, all right. Eddie's our striker. He's out in the wing. Help me out there. And Martinelli's now down the middle. Eddie can't play down the wing, but he's on the wing.
I get the feeling, could be wrong, get the feeling that Martinelli is more effective when he's playing with Jesus than when he's playing with Eddie.
It seems like it, yeah.
Because
Eddie's just got lost there. He's all over the place.
Eddie's had his moments where he's like scored goals and got you points, but Martinelli seems to have disappeared since the injury to Jesus.
Yeah.
And Arteta's not really willing to like address that.
Oh. A goal? What's the ref blown for? The commentators, McCoist and I can't remember the main guy's name, Tilsley. They're saying we've got a penalty. I don't know how, but let's have a look. Is he saying that? If he's saying Ederson's taking Eddie out, he's got to send him off then. It's a penalty to Arsenal. The VAR are going to rule it out because VAR. You've got to send him off. You've got to send Ederson off. You've just booked him, I know, but he's just felt.
We've got two votes for penalty, 1 vote for goal.
But if he gets sent over, he's not getting given. Oh please, who's taking it? No, that's the fucking question now. Saka actually, no, Saka's a penalty taken nowadays. I'd assume Saka. Fuck off, Gundogan. Fuck off, Jack, you fucking Midlands twat. This one's got no control, by the way. He's just letting Man City players bombard him and abuse him. Even Chris Foy, who's working on behalf of Amazon and all that, as their ex-ref or whatever, he's saying it's a penalty. Yeah, Saka's taking it. Come on, Saka. 5 minutes before half time. Come on. Oh, Gundogan's playing the mind games. That's Saka. Please switch off. Do not miss this one.
So it's a foul by the goalkeeper?
Yeah, but he should have been sent off then. He's been booked for time wasting already 5 minutes ago. Come on. Please, Saka, please. If anyone's watching that just ahead of me, don't spoil it, please. Do not spoil it either way. Saka switched off. Don't listen to his mind games. Don't pay attention to him. Ignore the prick. He shouldn't even be on the pitch. Come on, Saka. This is huge. This is fucking huge. Please. I'm not even looking at the screen just in case. As in, computer-wise. Come on, Saka. Come on. Yes! Come on!
You may type. Go! Oh, Russ.
You can go, but you can come on, mate. You can go.
Fucking Russ Morgan straight in there with fucking should be a red.
He should be off.
No,
technically, I know he's just been booked 5 minutes ago for time wasting, but he's took out. He's been the one that's been accused of making the foul. He should be off the pitch. Come on!
You're all my favourites for various odd reasons. But goal, I believe it's. You changed that.
Sent in the wrong way. Yeah, great penalty. And the thing is, Ederson was going. Send it that. Literally saying, send it that way. Send it that way. I'm going to even stand here.
Why are you thanking me? I did nothing. In the situation.
And Eddie's just gone. Not Eddie. Saka's just gone. Okay, I'm going to send it where you asked me to send it. And Ederson dove the other way. That's huge. No, let's not give them a goal again, please.
I recall saying you have time to overturn this.
You did, but it was, to be fair, I don't know if you've seen. Did you see the goal that they scored? How it came about from the Adler.
Yeah, totally.
Go on Twitter. You'll probably find it by now on Twitter. If you saw how it's given away, the frustration. There's more frustration for the last 20 minutes I've had because we're doing so well at 0-0, and then that happened. It was just like seriously, and the rest has pissed me off. But he's giving me a fuck off, Chris. For Arsenal, it's a fucking penalty. If that was fucking Darwin Nunez or Mo Salah getting taken out like that, you're playing penalty.
I've just seen their goal.
Yeah, exactly. So you get my point.
No wonder you're angry. Yeah. Jesus
Thank
Christ.
you. I'm justified
To
being
be fair,
handicapped.
to be fair though, right?
I know what
That's
he's trying
not
to
the
do, but he
referee.
fucked it.
That's not the ref. That's not VAR. That's not
No.
Mason. That's on your defending.
Yeah. And I said that at the time. I stand by that. That Tommy has to try something. He fucked it and gifted him a goal. But at the end of the day, since then, the referee in this game, since that goal's gone in, has been an absolute prick until obviously the penalty.
Until he gave
Even I didn't see
score.
that. I thought I honestly thought he'd given the goal, the ball gone over the line or something, because Eddie started celebrating handball.
You know what I think the ref thought? You know what? I know what Russ and Ryan are going to say about me on the internet, so I'm going to do something they don't expect, just to surprise the party a little.
I mean, Jack Grealish handles the ball then, build up, but that's okay. The Arsenal misfit, mate. Everyone's confused now. Again, big call there. Not just giving a penalty, but he should have gone. Let's be brutally honest here. No matter if he's just been booked for time wasting in the last 5 minutes prior to that, he should have been booked for that. And it'd be a second yellow, he'd be off the pitch. And that's going to be another. No matter what happens tonight, now that's going to be a massive talking point after the game. Not a foul from Jorginho, but okay.
Yeah, I must say this first half reminds me of the movie Trading Places.
Oh God, why? Do I ask?
Oh, there's no specific reason. It was the best way I could think of, just to randomly bring up the movie Trading Places. It's a great movie. It's just a really good movie, isn't it? Like, through 2023 eyes, it doesn't necessarily hold up on a cultural level, but it is funny. Just thought.
Is it funny because I'm losing my mind basically?
I just thought, what's the best way to throw you all off guard a bit and be like, oh wait, let me forget my stress and upset at this first half for 4 seconds. How do I do that? Trading Places.
Come on, lads. Won the ball. Keep going, Eddie. No, Get up, Mahrez, you prick. Go, Zaka, go. Run with the fucking ball. Run it into the corner if you have to. Draw a foul. I don't care. Do something with it. Go on.
No goals thus far in the Champions League.
Free kick. Thank you very much. Now you got to book. How's that? You got to book him yet? Hey, he took him 5 fouls, but still. Sorry, I didn't catch what you said, Tom. By the way, I apologise.
No goals in the Champions League thus far.
Oh, okay. Who's that? Is it Praga? Who did Praga play? Benfica.
Answer your question. Club Brugge are playing Benfica.
That's it.
To be fair, Chris, you should probably type Kevin De Bruyne into Twitter and just watch the goal he did score. But it's more the defending.
And you understand my frustration as an Arsenal fan, then?
I'm an expert on bad defending, obviously, given the team I support, because I see a lot of it on a weekly basis. So I know bad defending when I see it, and that was bad defending. I should get a weekly segment, really, across YouTube where I'll just talk about... It'd be like Bad Defending Watch with Mr. Tom. Like, it's like Ref Watch, but with defending. And I'll just sit there going, that's rubbish. That's rubbish. And they'd go, oh, you can't do any better. What have you done in the game? I'd be like, I didn't get paid £90,000 a week minimum, though, did I?
I'm not a professional. Yeah, exactly. That's what me and brother have a little back and forth every now and then. He goes, for example, if Hannah misses a sitter, I'm like, but you wouldn't do any better, Ryan. I'm not a fucking machine. I'm not a goal scoring machine that's been bred from a lab. He's made a career scoring goals. I'm not paid 300, 600k a week to put the ball in the net.
So
He
I'd
is.
like to highlight. It's true. You 100% true. I usually say that he come from test tube. They say he came out of Alfinger Highland. It's test tube, obviously a test tube. But BX Gunner said Silver is a dirty little bastard. Now that coming from Mr. Positive, Mr. Kindness, like basically the nicest man on the internet, that makes me wonder what Silver has done.
Just about 6,000 Saka. As I say, 6 cynical fouls non-stop until he got booked, and the ref just went no, until the last one he went, "I've got to book 6."
I'm sorry, Chris. I'm not going to accept any bad
Go on,
talk
Sleazer.
about Anulfis Famagusta. Yeah, the greatest team in Cyprus in 1995, probably.
I mean, that wasn't a free kick. That was literally both of them going at it for the ball, and yeah, there was no foul there. But okay, pardon me. Just good defending from Sleeper's having so far. Touchwood, having a solid game so far. We've had a good battle with Haaland actually, physically. Saying that now, Man City have got a free kick with De Bruyne standing over it, so I'm not going to get carried away just yet. Have the shot or aiming at my slab head. Chelsea VAR checking goal. Or was there a VAR checking the champion? Okay. Got 4 Chelsea or against them. Myers taking it. Oh my God, up the crossbar. And Ramsdale gets back up, recovers and punches it out for a corner. Who was that? Yeah, it's fucking Rodri as well, the prick. It's chalked off. Oh, Chelsea, a goal's been chalked off in the Chelsea game apparently.
Thiago Silva went in the book, so he must not have been happy with the decision.
About heading into the ground saved us actually. Yeah, if he doesn't head out into the ground, that's probably 2-1. But I don't know. Thiago Silva handball. Oh, that's why he's been booked, says Chris. Come on, lads. Come on. It's literally seconds away from half time. Come on.
That wraps it up into a neat little package.
Imagine after 2 legs, Chelsea go out now to Dortmund. How much more negative results must Potter take for the owners that goes, oh, I don't know about this.
But it's not his fault.
It's not his fault. It's the owner's fault. I'm not saying Potter's fault. Potter's a good manager. It's the owner's fault because he's playing.
I don't know if this is true. I genuinely don't know if it's a joke, but it could be true. I think is. So take this with a pinch of salt. But allegedly, Todd Bowley only recently found out that Chelsea don't qualify for the Champions League every year.
What a surprise! Me being where he's from.
Like he just assumed it was. He assumed like the Super League and that they're always in it, regardless of what happens in England.
Yeah, he thought the Super League went ahead.
Yeah, basically, like is what I read. Like again, don't know how true it is or not, but the story that I've heard about him, which allegedly is true, is that when he handed Thomas Tuchel the list of transfer target, or basically what he felt the team should be in their meeting, he had a 4-4-3 formation.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. This is what I was saying every week, back in the transfer window and group chats and things like that. And I think we even said it on here. This is a guy that, as you just mentioned, comes in, wanted to buy Ronaldo. I said, I'm going to buy you Ronaldo to Tuchel. Tuchel went, no, it doesn't fit my system. No. There's a fallout there. And then when they're talking about the football upcoming season, Tom, as you say, suggested a formation that can go include an extra player on the pitch. And you're just like, we've got to be, by the way, Tom, you need to now clean our act up because Joel's back and he's got his little one with him. So he needs to sort of watch our way of what we say.
So he hears enough from Rachel.
I was trying to let her off on that, but okay. How are you doing anyway, Joel and Charlie? How are you finding the game so far? Tense.
Hi.
Hi.
Yeah, it's been a bit, isn't it? You still eating?
I'm always eating. Don't worry.
That's the longest ready meal I've ever seen.
No, don't worry. Don't worry. The thing with me is that I'm never not hungry. So
there's like
I'm a picker.
you know where there's people that are like chain smokers. It's like you almost like just keep the fork warm, ready for the next meal.
Exactly what happens.
But, no, it's been one of those carbs, isn't it? Where it's just been. You know what? As mad as it sounds, you can't knock the De Bruyne goal. If anyone was going to score a worldie, that was something special, wasn't it? You can't deny how
it was. It was just for me.
that was.
It was frustrating as it was gifted to him by mistake, and
yeah.
I was
But
like,
what a finish!
Yeah. Anyone else, it'd be wow. But yeah. Anyone. Yeah.
I have to say it was. I don't know. I really the response to that goal. The response to that goal was brilliant.
Saka's goal was so good.
Sorry?
Saka's goal was so good. I love how it's just like taken so long and just got the goal out of nowhere.
Wait, the goalkeeper asked him to put it there, so he put it there.
Right, it goes, isn't it?
I mean, on that, Joel, do you get how Ederson's done on the pitch? Considering 5 minutes prior, he was booked for time wasting. He's been accused of making a foul.
If we remember, Ryan, right, correctly, the rules of the game, which we always love to go to.
Yeah.
Right. The rules of the game is if this generally happens, it's a yellow card and a penalty, isn't it?
Mm.
Now, if you're already on a yellow card, then surely that's his second yellow, and then it's a penalty given. That's the rule, isn't it? A penalty, a yellow card, and a penalty.
Yeah.
But if you're already booked, and he's been time wasting like there's no tomorrow. To be fair, and Kyle Walker has really got my goat. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah, same here.
But I have to say, I think looking at the positives, Jorginho, bloody hell, what a half!
Yeah,
absolutely brilliant
superb
in the middle there.
I didn't know how the goalkeeper kicked that person who fell right to the ground.
No, Charlie's a bit upset because they took Nketiah out.
Yeah,
but,
how dare they do that? He fell right to the floor.
Oh, yeah, I mentioned that, and now they got a free kick for it. Yeah, it's like,
but no, I think. Do you know what? It was one of those that sort of a first half of emotions, really, and they're all over the place. but no, I've been in Russ, so I love you so much, Russ. So we love you, Russ.
We love you, Russ.
But yeah, we'll see. Sort of jumping around. We'll see. I think they are going into the second half. Arsenal are going to be well on it.
Yeah,
well on it. And towards the end of the first, they just looked like, the bookings were starting to come in. I think there's clearly a red card coming in the game. It definitely looks like there's a red card coming. Where it's going to come, I don't know. Kyle Walker could be a potential if he sticks his leg out wrong, or
Bernardo Silva.
Yeah, but
because Saka's having a field day on that left-hand side.
He's loving it, isn't he?
He's absolutely having a field day.
I think Martinelli will come into more in the second half. When the legs start getting tired, Martinelli seems to get quicker.
I want to see Leonardo Trossard on the pitch.
Yeah, I think you will. Come 60, 65 minutes, I think you might come on. Especially as you say, legs get tired.
Another player,
defenders in.
Massively impressed with him. Massively impressed. And everyone turned around at the end of the transfer window and said, look who they've bought. And I just thought, I was quite happy with the transfer window. We look at previous Januaries. This is we've put players in the positions that we needed to get done. A lot of people would turn around and say, we needed a striker, but Trossard can play across the front three.
Martinelli can play across the front three.
Yeah. Yeah, so
And Jesus, it's not like Jesus is out for the rest of the season. He's back in the next couple of weeks, touch wood, as long as there's no setbacks.
yeah.
So, yeah, we
do excuse me a minute. I will be back.
Yeah, 2 of the 3 signings we made were Premier League proven as well. And Jorginho and Trossard, you just mentioned. Obviously, Jakob, we haven't seen much of him yet. But obviously, I think he's more of for someone for next season, getting the squad ready for the next season.
Yeah, definitely.
And having that but getting him settled in so he doesn't have to worry of coming in the summer or whatever. But you might see him here and there. But yeah, I mean, Trossard for me, every game stood out for me because what he does,
just 100% every game.
We saw against United, he draws in players and opens up space for everyone else to do what they have to do.
But this game today, for me, Jorginho, I think, for me, even just getting his foot, the timing, it's been his timing, the interceptions, like even just sticking your foot out, just getting to that ball to knock it on to, Zinchenko's having another cracker. Don't get me wrong, he had a bit of a wild cross on one of them, but you can see what it means to him. It's not, you wouldn't have thought he played for City. He's playing for Arsenal. It's like, this is my team now.
Yeah.
And that's the thing he brought with him, wasn't it? Winning mentality and the passion
Who do you think will win the match?
Who do you reckon?
Arsenal.
Well, there you go then. Goes without saying. What do you reckon the score will be? Because obviously it's 1-1 now.
I'm going to think Gabriel will get a goal.
Yeah, Gabriel's going to get a goal.
And then it's going to, I don't know, maybe another free kick. But
a free kick?
Yeah, and then another goal for Arsenal, and then that's it. 3-0.
3-1.
3-1. What am I saying?
3-1. Blimey.
Okay. I'll take it.
Arsenal doing really good.
Yeah.
The
young lad, he says 3-1. Yeah, he's overrating. Right.
Yeah. So the bookies now.
Start them young. No.
But no, I have to say,
when the fun
I think
stop.
People that had a dig at Jorginho, I think they're definitely going to, I think they'll eat their words a bit because they've brought him in for this reason. Because let's be honest, if we hadn't have bought Jorginho in the January transfer window, Partey goes down this route, now. We would have Sambi Lokonga in midfield because we couldn't have sent him out on loan. Let's be honest.
Window,
because we would have had no one else to put, backup wise. So with Sambi Lokonga have been able to have done, and he's young, don't get me wrong, very inexperienced at the moment. In that midfield against those players, it's not going to happen.
No,
at the moment, it's not going to happen.
I think with Sammy, I think he's gone to the perfect club because obviously with Vieira being a midfielder himself, that's again an ex-Arsenal. That'd be perfect for him. Go off, presses off him there, and he's working with an ex-Arsenal who knows what it means to play for the club. This, that, and the other, and grew as a player. As a youngster like himself, grew into the player that he became.
Yeah. So, I think you've got to give the kid a chance. You know, everyone turned around and went, "Blimey, we've just paid like, what was it, 27 million for Saliba, and we've sent him out on loan, and this and that and all the rest of it. Oh, we might as well sell him now if we're not going to play him and all the rest of it." And now look, he's been brilliant today.
Yeah, physically he's got up. He's been put on Haaland, and he's just like, okay,
against one of the strongest, physical, tallest players in the Prem, and Saliba's holding his own.
We're going down now.
So, all right.
Bye, everyone.
See you later. But yeah, BX is saying as well in terms of, because you mentioned Jorginho before, he says no one has played in more finals in the last 2 years than Jorginho.
Yeah, what that tells you, doesn't it?
Yeah, and it shows tonight.
I'm really impressed. As I say, it's those little bits of his game. It's the interceptions and being in the right place, and that comes with experience. So, yeah, I'm still with you, Ryan, with a prediction, and I think if Arsenal come out quick this second half, I think that's the time to sting City. I think it really is.
Back and tactically to see at the game.
Because Arteta's going to go to that changing room and he's going to be full of passion now. He's going to be saying, look, lads, you want this, now's the time. They're getting the bookings, push them hard, keep on pushing, because they're going to make mistakes, aren't they? If you keep, Saka's had a great half and he's been kicked all over the place and he's just getting on with it. And that's going to frustrate them even more because it's not working in their favour.
Even Eddie's had a few chances as well in that first half. I haven't mentioned him much, but he's had a few chances.
I only have one disagreement with that, right? Because in all seriousness, that's fair point, fair comment. But I have to make something silly of this anyway. So what I think the team talk's actually going to be is that he's going to go, lads, come round here. And he's going to pull out his phone. He's got be in sports, right? And he goes, look, Richard Keys is so upset with what just happened. Like,
it's 1-1.
Score again. he's having kittens at 1-1.
Yeah.
Imagine what will happen if you beat them.
Score again and celebrate like mad.
Celebrate like you won the thing.
Because you're not allowed to.
Keys is primed to give birth. He's going to give birth if you score again.
We all know that that's going to be a Scottish baby coming out because there's only one man for him. But yeah.
Andy Gray.
But no.
That's how he talks, isn't it?
I have to say, Mr. Bungle has just written one of the best comments. Nervy game still. My arsehole is like a blood orange.
I'm so glad your son has gone downstairs.
To be fair, like I say, he would just giggle at that.
It turned instantly.
Yeah. But no.
We'll
see. We'll see. I think it's a big half ahead. Big half. There's no messing about. Like we saw in the first half, De Bruyne turned it, and he turned it quick out of nothing. So it's there for taking for both teams. It's who comes out in that second half and who wants it. That's all it comes down to in this second half. Who wants this game more? And at the moment, coming off. I'm glad we scored where we did because we're going to come into that second half wanting it.
Yeah.
So I'm still with you, Ryan. 2-1, mate. Still with you.
The Arsenal Misfit says Richard Keys will have an animism if Arsenal win this. You have something.
I reckon, mate.
New competition, but before full time, we need someone to come up with the best or funniest caption of what will happen to Richard Keys in the event
of an Arsenal win tonight.
Of an Arsenal victory. Will an alien escape from? Will the alien that controls him finally reveal itself? Like Men in Black too.
I reckon Gary Lineker controls him. Because there's got to be something in it.
It actually makes sense because they both like him a bit young.
Legal, second half's about to kick off, by the way, Joel. So,
by the way, I've got a new I've got like a Twitter handle, but I'm only keeping it quiet. But I'm telling the world anyway.
Well, the few people here, yeah,
the world that will tune in later on, and it's at GMJG_14. So if you want to send me a doodah. It's basically Arsenal and movies. What else do you need in life?
Exactly.
Movies. It's funny you should say that because I was discussing Trading Places of all things.
Oh right, yeah.
It's a great movie. Just saying. Sure.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to trade places with Richard Keys. I'll put it that way.
No. Talking of movies, this is what I watched last night.
Oh, great film. Great film. But no, I better go. Rachel's shouting me, and
second half just kicked off. So yeah,
I'll see you in a bit.
Full time.
Take care, lad. See you later.
Okay, see you later.
Fever Pitch, a movie about spousal abuse, but it's made okay because Arsenal won in the end.
Technically, it was a book they made into a movie. They decided to make into a movie. So technically, it's down on them that they decided to go to make it a movie. And Colin Firth was the leading guy.
It's a good movie. Like, it is a good movie. I like because if there was an end of season at the time to be made into a movie, it would have been that one.
Yeah.
Obviously, now it'd be Aguero, wouldn't it? But
modern day wise,
at the time they made it, there was no contest. It had to be the final game of the season. Like needing 2 goals and all that. Like, it was great. They showed it on TV during the lockdown, and I was like, oh.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
But not the movie, the match. I mean,
the match I was playing. Yeah, on ITV.
Yeah. While we were all, it was like TV realised, oh, we already have these football matches in the archive. Why don't we just put them on?
Yeah, and then Sky cottoned on and thought we'll do it as well. But yeah, that was they did that on the anniversary that year because that was during the lockdown, the first couple months into the lockdown, whatever, the first one. So yeah, it was actually on the May 26th when they aired that the whole match itself on ITV. It was ITV4, I think it was ITV. Yeah, ITV4. And it was just literally, and I think who was it? I'm trying to think who it was now. Did a classic watch along for the actual game. And I think it was now. Was it the Gooners podcast or something like that? And then we've been booked for something by the looks of it. Tommy Astor's now been booked for something. I don't know what he's been booked for. I'm not concentrating, but yeah. I'll say now, but yeah, there was that, and then for the Euros when they did that a year later, obviously, because England got to the Euro final on the day itself that weekend, they showed the entire on Channel 4 the entire World Cup final from '66 in colour. It made a big deal out of it. Oh, it's in colour. That's a show. We just want to watch it, get excited for the final, and then we all know what happened there.
One thing I remember about the lockdown when it first started, I'm sure every club did this, but Leeds definitely did this because I saw it with my own eyes. We were due the week, basically, obviously all the matches played out.
Well, either Tom's froze or I froze. So that's down in the chat, guys.
No, I'm back. My internet decided to take a 14-second break. Yeah. So when lockdown first started, because basically it was unprecedented, isn't it? So clubs didn't know what to do. TV didn't know what to do.
Yeah.
So Leeds basically were like, you know what? We're just going to put FIFA on, and we're going to have Cardiff versus Leeds, and we're just going to let the computer play it out, and we'll find out what would have happened. And they put it on YouTube and everything. I'm sure all clubs did it. But...
Yeah, because didn't F1 do that as well for the start of their season? That season as well, they got the races in on and literally like raced on the actual console. It's like, okay.
But the thing that got me was I thought, oh yeah, this is a nifty little idea. But thousands of people were watching it live as it went out. It was like, this is like the epitome of like no one really knew what to do, and like people were like, oh god, there's no football, this is really weird, so I'm gonna watch people on the computer play
a video game of a sport I like.
Now obviously a lot of people are gamers, like, but that's not my point. But people that don't even remotely like gaming were drawn to who was going to win?
Who would have won? How it would have played out?
Sort of thing.
Who would be the man in the match for that game? But yeah,
it was wrong because we lost.
As you say, it's so unprecedented that no one knew what to do with themselves. It's just like, fuck it, online. But as you say, as soon as you guys started doing that, and all these retro games got to get like the success of showing the '89 the final game of '89. Suddenly Sky went, we've got games. Let's do EFL Cup finals and league major games in the Premier League era. like the entire game, like all the commentary and all the punditry and all that malarkey. Is like, oh, fantastic. And one of the games that Sky showed themselves was the Carabao Cup final of Arsenal losing to Man City 3-0. I was like, nope, not watching that. One I did again, remember his name was Arsenal v Wigan. Our final game at Highbury, we won 4-2. I was like, okay, because I know what happens, and obviously you know what happens and all that. For the nostalgia as well, Highbury, I'm watching that. But yeah. But De Bruyne has just shoved Mikel Arteta in the chest.
They obviously they haven't got that many Leeds games to pick from because obviously where we were gone for 16 years. But they always seem to put on when we beat Liverpool 4-3 with Viduka scoring all the goals. And
one sec, I think my sound's gone my end. One sec, I'll be back. Let's reload. One sec.
My plan for world domination is drawing
near. And I'm back. I don't know why, but my mic just went, and I couldn't hear what you were saying.
Who got booked for a yellow
Tomiyasu.
From the wrong?
Tomiyasu got booked.
Oh, is that what you're going for?
I'm assuming so.
That's
yeah.
Rare. Well, that's not going to help the Premier League's case when Arsenal take them to the court of moral outrage, I suppose.
Moral outrage of sporting arbitration and all that malarkey.
I was saying because obviously Leeds were gone for 16 years, there ain't as many games for us for Sky.
Premier League wise, no.
Because keep in mind all those games that they show as classic games were all games that they showed live.
Yeah,
it's not going to be just like you didn't just randomly beat Wigan in your last game. Like Sky showed it, so that's why they have the footage.
I know.
So basically, we generally get either beating Liverpool 4-3 when Viduka scored them all, or winning at Highbury when Viduka scored at the end. And according to Sky, it's the only 2 games you've ever won.
Oh dear! But I never got that again. I know David O'Leary, where you'd want to prove a point to Arsenal or something as a manager, whatever. But knowing that if they beat us that day at Highbury in 2002-2003 season, gave United a title, your rivals a title, and he just went gun ho. Like, what are you doing?
No, O'Leary wasn't the manager. No. We'd sacked him. It was Peter Reid.
2002, was it?
Yeah. He got sacked in
2002 got sacked before the World Cup. The year before. But either way, it's Leeds United. They have a hatred, allegedly, with Man United. Got to say that.
There's no allegedly about it. We hate them.
Well, you say that, but you helped them win the title in 2003.
No, but we could have got relegated if we had lost.
Really? I thought you were safe that season. I thought the following season you fell off.
We were only safe because we beat you and then beat Villa the week after.
Bastards.
That was the only, but at the time we had to win. Otherwise, it was one of those. Yeah, we were safe because we won the last 2. But if we'd have lost that, we'd have probably lost to Villa and we'd have gone down. Because West Ham went down on the highest points total a team's ever been relegated on.
Yeah, I thought, it was on last day against Bolton, yeah.
Don't get me wrong, I wasn't particularly pleased that Man United was celebrating the fact that we won. It's like, go away. Like, don't celebrate our victories, you pricks.
This is our moment, go away.
Yeah, it was basically it. It was like, no, we won for us, not for you. Didn't want to be in the championship, and then next year, obviously, we found out we're going to be in the championship, but we didn't know that at the time. Because if I can absolutely guarantee you, while I'm not going to outwardly say that Leeds United have no integrity and would throw a football match, that's not true. I'm pretty certain we would have decided at 2-2 in the last minute, we'd have gone, Yeah, points, all right.
But you didn't. You didn't.
Point's not the worst thing. No, Viduka was like, let's see what happens if I twist Ashley Cole in outside like a pretzel.
Yeah, another pop at goal. But, yeah.
It was a great goal.
37, 38-year-old David Seaman near the end of his career. Let's have a shot. Boom.
David Seaman would not have saved that even in his prime.
But you know what?
It was so perfectly in the corner. No goalkeeper would have saved it.
How's that a penalty? They're both holding each other's shirts. Man City have given a penalty. Ant Taylor, Manchester boy, given Man City. They're both holding each other's shirts there. And he straight away gave the penalty. He booked Gabriel. Oh, this is a joke. This is an absolute
you'll
joke.
Save it. You'll save it.
Rams has not saved one penalty ever. Oh, is it? Oh, might be offside. He might be offside. I don't think it is myself, but it's your opinion and all that. They're both pulling each other, but you're saying it's a penalty to fucking Man City. Well, you just booked him as well, so you've got to take the booking away. That's not a penalty. Could have killed him off, Chris. He's offside. Looks offside.
Sorry.
They forget the lines. I'm sorry, they forget the lines. They'll forget them again. You watch.
I don't know what these lines are that you speak of.
I don't think they know. Man. Checking for offside.
Well,
now.
according to Chris Nix, there was nearly a murder.
Apparently, he's trying to piss me off here. That's all he's trying to do. His feet are offside, so he can score with his feet. So technically, he's offside. Where are you going? They fucking want to piss me off now. The VAR or not. Zooming in. They zoomed in, yeah, to the other side of the pitch. While checking an offside. Tell me that's not corrupt.
Are they trying to not look for the offside?
Yeah, exactly.
Wow.
They keep zooming in and looking and looking. The guy is offside.
Well, I'm really looking forward to my midnight show being full of angry Arsenal fans. Like, I don't care about your show. We'll talk about the offside.
The offside? Manchester Mancunian prick.
It went your way.
Yeah, he has to put the lines in. They didn't forget the lines today.
The lines.
And the booking's been taken back as well from Gabriel. Mancunian.
I said you'd save it.
Fucking hell. Right, can we switch this round and put fucking Sleeper back on Haaland, please? I'm not risking that again.
Live score.
They were both.
Live scores officially rescinded the yellow, so yeah.
Yeah, I've just seen that. Fucking hell. Oh, God.
But yeah, so yeah, BX are doing my show at midnight tonight. This is my warm up. This is warming my vocal cords.
Yeah, getting you ready.
Yeah. Oh, BX, we're doing a live show on Saturday night as well. I'm going to consider getting Gary back for commentary.
What's Saturday night in terms of?
No, there's a live wrestling event on Saturday night, but I've discovered that better than myself commentating or telling what's happening, it's funnier to get Gary to do it. Because Gary's seeing everything for the first time. But he's seeing everything for the first time. So it's like getting a child to tell you what they're seeing. Because I'll be seeing things will happen that I've seen 100 times, but he's seeing it for the first time, and it fascinates me.
Oh, the fans are turning on the ref now, finally. 60 minutes into the game, I can hear the chants from the crowd going, "You don't know what you're doing. You don't know what you're doing."
It's always a good idea during a match to tell the ref who's still in charge of the match that you don't like him. Always a good idea.
The thing is, we did it last year on New Year's Day again in this corresponding fixture, and look how that turned out for us.
Mm-hmm.
we,
That's what I mean.
we think, fuck it, why not?
He's not going to go, right, this is a 50-50 decision. Do I side with the team that hasn't been calling me a cheater? Or do I side with the team that have been calling me a CUNT for the last hour? This is a difficult one.
I wonder what miles has been taken off.
And then you all sit there going, I can't believe he did this to us. We only called him a cunt for an hour.
If he walks like one, acts like one, why not call him it? Too much power.
I'm not saying he's not.
There's too much power.
They're like reception. Referees are like receptionists.
So yeah, Pep's made the call. He took Mahrez off and thrown on. Oh my god, what are you doing again, guys? Wake up! And he's brought on a defender, so going for the back now against us. Well done, Darren. Thank you.
Liverpool. Arsenal. That's it.
Okay,
It reminds me of like Queen. Arsenal. Arsenal.
Oh, shut up, you bloody bastard.
I was being conservative, Stefan. 90 minutes in it, let's be fair. It's a whole time, isn't it? I thought I'd give him a 30-minute break, like, because got to go to the toilet at some point, ain't they, fans?
You got a book reader stream? Yeah, Jack Grealish has been booked for discipline. They're losing their minds. Biggs even pointed it out, but they've gone even further now. Your emotional bomb may go off. Let's take it to them. Yeah, fuck it.
Breaking news that no one will care about. The XFL have changed the replay challenge rule. Head coaches can challenge any play.
Oh God.
Yeah. No, that was just I may or may not have a subscription to The Athletic, so I get these notifications and I learn about sports rules that I would otherwise would have had no knowledge of at all.
Yeah.
Except in April, I'm just going to be sitting there and like, if I see I'm not going to watch the XFL, but if there's an XFL play and they're like, oh, why can't they challenge that? I'm going to sit there and go, actually, you'll find they can challenge that. It's in the rules. It's in the rules, baby. I love the rules. Right, so in this title decider, it's not a title decider. It's 1-1.
And we're still top as it stands.
Versus Manchester City.
Oh, Eddie, you're in trouble now. I'm going to go.
And go home.
I think Eddie's going to be sent off. I think he's going to be his bed. And Ty's going to send him off. No, he's going to book him. I thought he was going to send him off. But the VAR might get involved. They're going for the ball. He's going for the ball. He's genuinely for the ball, but it's just a second late. He does touch the ball as well. I think that might save him from VAR being a prick. Eddie's been booked, so he's careful.
BX is a bit spicy tonight. Kill them off. Kill with them.
Yeah. Send a message.
Just a football match, BX. Just a football match.
Send a message to Gary Neville.
Who sent a message to the people you just killed?
No, to Gary Neville. You're
Gary
next.
Neville.
Because obviously we're stopping points over. We've obviously Man City then beaten easily, by the way, against Villa because Villa didn't bother trying at all. What then pissed me off was then Gary Neville smirking there in the studio, like, see, I told you City will start running back and Arsenal fall apart. Don't invite the
I hate when he commentates on matches involving my teams I know hates my.
Yeah, I don't get that. I've said this numerous times.
Privilege of it.
I've said this numerous times. It's Gary Neville, in terms of Gary Neville, should not be co-commentating on Arsenal games because of the rivalry, so he's got a bias there. Leeds games, because again, as you say, rivalry biased. Man United, any game involving Man United as well, he has a bias there. He has an affiliation to him. Or Liverpool. And vice versa, and the same for Jamie Carragher. Go on, overlap. Tommy X, go on, Tommy. Oh, Eddie! Hey! Split it a bit quicker. Oh, you bastards. Oh, Eddie. If you're a split second quicker, that's 2-1. And then you're held as a god. And Ake would have been playing them on side, but it might be not. Split second now. Yeah, to be fair, though, the Arsenal miss at the first one he missed was a header. Again, he did everything right. He got the header off, just slightly off target. Slight, being the actual word. So I'm not going to be going for that one. Again, not in the go, just a split second quicker, and he got that 2-1. And Tom would be going absolutely having kittens. Ross would be going, I love Eddie.
I did have my suspicions that I was brought on because of the last Manchester team you played involved me sitting here while you defeated the Manchester team. And
I mean, there's that and the fact
the
that
omens.
There's things to talk about with your team as well in terms of your managerial stuff and all that, what's going on there. So just a bit of a catch up as well and have a bit of a laugh. Keep me level-headed at least.
Pleasure. Always a pleasure.
I guarantee you, if I was doing this on my own and Joel was coming in at half time, before, during, and at half time in that full time, I would have lost my mind on my own. I'd be literally ranting and raving the entire match, no matter what. And as we say, this De Bruyne, Man City got a free kick. De Bruyne standing over it this one on his own. Eddie just needs, exactly. Just keep doing it, plugging away, and it'll fall to him eventually. But meantime, we've got to defend this free kick. Oh my God! Ramsdale, need to sort your arms out there. You fucking almost put in a plate again for City, almost. But Jorginho, thankfully, stepped back up himself on the line, so the responding shot was cleared. Again, would it have been offside? Because even though there were a few more shots afterwards, Ake had an initial shot. Way offside if it was taken. Not a foul, you know. Mate, I'm not. I keep complaining, but the guy's from Manchester, so what do we expect? He's going to favour Zinchenko. What are you doing? Ramsdale, well done. Well, great goalkeeping, Ramsdale. Zinchenko had a bit of a forgot who he was playing for a second. Thought he was back in a Manchester shirt. Can we wake up and get the ball out of our stop inviting the pressure, please? Go. Why is it only Jack Granite on the fucking wing? What are we playing at? Try to give me an aneurysm. Arsenal. Go on, Saka, go on. It's a foul. Fucking ref. This ref is fucking shit. Gave him a free kick 2 minutes ago for something a lot less than that. Saka gets fucking hooked. And he's like, oh no, hit up. And after Chelsea going, no, it's still 0-0. Tom, is it still 0-0 the Chelsea game?
I can tell you that in a second. Goalless. Both Champions League games goalless.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm new to running my channel, so I'm trying to sort out
All your bits and pieces.
You know when you're like, who's coming on and stuff like this. Like, I'm trying not to be rude.
Yeah.
But I was
like, all that stuff, yeah.
I was like, yeah. But obviously, I usually just guest on people's channels, so I just receive the link and turn up. Whereas I create the channel, so I've basically got to sort out the links and everything like that.
Do all the promoting and all that as well.
Yeah, I mean, well, yeah, I mean,
as in like just putting out they were live, this is what we're doing.
yeah. No, I know exactly what you mean. But yeah, especially where like what I'm doing the podcast on is incredibly niche compared to football. But no, to be honest though, I'm genuinely having a fun time doing it because, like, similar to your show, I have a core group of lads that have turned up for it thus far, and it just seems to be a fun time.
That's the main thing anyone wants, setting up a channel and be it live streams or pre-recorded or whatever. It's just have a laugh and have a bit of fun. Sleeper, get over. Oh, fuck off! It would be the brummy bastard as well. Why was we all over the place? Defensively, we was all over the place. Don't know where Gabriel is. Sleeper's had to come over. It's a complete. There might be an offside, I doubt it, but I'll just wait and see. Come on, lads. Better than this. Right, see the ball get played. I mean, De Bruyne's offside. He doesn't touch the ball. So City are now back at top of the league. Yay!
No. There's still time.
I know, but it's just both goals have been avoidable today. Both goals we've given away avoidable. And it would be the Brummy bastard that fucking scored as well. We make some subs. And we need to get Trossard on and make some subs. I don't get our home form defensively is shocking this season. Most of our clean sheets have come away from home.
Yeah.
I don't get why we're so leaky at home against anyone. And tonight's been the worst. As I say, Tommy Asu, the first goal. I mean, you see this back, like their goal just now. Again, avoidable. Players go missing. Committing too far forward and don't get back. Can we just get rid of the ball? That'd be fantastic, please. Oh, Granite, you're a prick! You could have had a shot first off. Oh, fucking passed it to Gavin. You hesitated and run into the fucking trouble. Oh. Seriously, Odegaard, come on now. You're better than that. On the older, we've got Trossard's coming on. Who's coming off? He's coming off though. Martinelli, yeah, like sub. Martinelli's going off for Trossard. What the fuck is it? I have no idea. He's like, I'll go for a shot, I'm going to pass it, I don't know it, and then runs into trouble. Van der Rohe on a deflection from Tomiyasu is unfortunate. I think Ramsdale saves it otherwise. Yeah, that's true. But it's just the entire build up to that goal in terms of when we lose the ball, because I don't know where Gabriel's disappeared to, but then Saliba has to come over, and everyone's coming over, and he's Jack in acres of space to put it away. He feints Dave, like Xhaka just trying to Xhaka getting faced, and then he just runs into the defender's leg. I would have got up to Gabby. Gabby's in space and probably see what Gabby does. Oh, now Jack's down injured all of a sudden. I mean, Gabriel was a mistake. That's it. He gives away the ball basically in the midfield. I don't get why Gabriel's so far up, but he's so far up. He gives away the ball and we get done over because he's not committed back. And now he's just showing me Amazon, the fucking Mancunian bastard celebrating a goal. Well, Jack's been taken off the Foden.
Benfica have scored.
Ooh, this is a goal.
Yeah. Fucking can't stand Jack Grealish.
What was it last night? Both games last night was one goal in Tottenham lost 1-0 to Milan.
Yeah, 1-0, 1-0.
And Bayern Munich beat PSG. Bayern Munich won, didn't they? 1-0.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, 100% correct. That's what happened. All right. Let me ask Arsenal Misfit. What would you do? Like, because obviously you've indicated your displeasure with Martinelli coming off. I'm not saying you're right or wrong. I'm just wondering what you would do instead. Thunder Road, I'm doing a stream later. Like I did the other Wednesday as well. Don't know if you was aware. I can't believe they're paying Grealish 300 a week. Wow. That's slightly more than I get paid. Slightly more. I think it's like 1,000 a week more than I get. Yeah. Just saying.
Get rid of it. Fuck me. Go, 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 go. Seriously, where have you got to give that? Oh, you're going to give that now because you're fucking Arsenal. Oh, got to give that, surely. Have a look at the replay. Yeah, Walker takes him out. That's a pen. Doesn't touch the ball at all. He completely takes Trossard out. Ali McCoy, mate, you're letting me down tonight. You're really pissing me off. And VAR didn't check that, apparently. They meant to check everything. They didn't check that. So that's a foul to us, but the foul in the box wasn't a foul. Makes sense. And VAR, by the way, VAR didn't keep saying it. VAR didn't check that penalty. That should have been given there. No agenda though. No corrupt refs that can't do their jobs, incompetent, whatever they call them. Apparently he fell over. Oh yeah. You fall over when Carl Walker or a football player steps on your foot and gets in the way of you deliberately. That kind of happens, Stefan. Fabio Vieira and Ben White are getting ready to come on as well. Won't be interesting if he comes on for. If he takes other goal, they can't take other goal off, surely. Are you actually time wasting, your prick? You're not booking, you're time wasting. You shouldn't even be on the fucking pitch.
The goalkeeper.
Yeah.
Yeah, I find that strange. Like, if he'd booked but he gave away a penalty, I don't know.
You watch a bit of ref what's special tomorrow and Dermot Gallagher go, well, he was booked 5 minutes ago, so the ref had a bit of leniency and all that bullshit. But damn it, in the rule books that you put out that you keep claiming to. 3-1. Oh, that's it. My momentum's going to switch now because they're now beating us comfortably now on the scoreboard. Momentum's going to switch. We've got game in hand, but it's a fucking point.
Do I need to ask who scored it?
He's from Norway.
Is it Mr. Test Tube?
Yeah.
Is it Mr. Bread to hit the back of the net?
Yep.
Mr. I only really need one chance.
Yeah. Just the ball watching from Gabriel. He's had a nightmare the second half. The ball watching is. Well, he's not ball watching. He does his job. That's avoidable again. Oh, fuck's sake. Q going everyone in the gang and everyone else in the world, the Liverpool fan and fucking whatever his name is. Yay, Arsenal on top, they're not going to win the league. Man City are going to run now.
Hey, even if you don't win the league, you're still going to get the top 4, which was your goal in August. I know goals change and stuff, but ultimately, if I'd said to you this time last year, you'd be playing Manchester City in a match that determined who was top of the Premier League, you would have snapped my arm off for it.
Oh, yeah, definitely. It's just the way we've gone about it tonight. It pissed me off.
Yeah, no, of course. I understand that. I 100% understand that. But I just think sometimes it is important to keep that perspective that your recent form is obviously not fantastic, but over the course of the season, you are doing well.
Yeah. Because of that stat, because of the stat that fucking the media put out there as well, that no, apart from Liverpool a couple of years back, no other team's got 50 points at this stage and not won the title. You're going to have everyone else come outside of Arsenal come at us. See, you bottled the league. And that's going to piss me off. That's going to piss me off more than anything else. Not understanding where we were and what we're doing this season. Oh no, because I keep saying, Man City should, with the money that Man City spent, legally or illegally, whatever you want to look at it, they should be winning the league comfortably. Let's be brutally honest here. We should have no divine right. And yes, we spent money in the last 3 years, but still nowhere near what they've spent since Pep's come through the door. The amount of money we've had to spend is to catch up with them. Fuck's sake. I'm assuming Tommy Ashley went off for Ben White, but I don't know who Fabio Vieira came on for. All from turnovers, all the goals, yeah. Concentration levels tonight have been poor from certain players. What you wouldn't expect them to be, based on current form, and when you consider how we got ourselves back in the game, you thought the momentum on our side, the fans, we just. Let's say certain players in the second half have switched off and it's cost us. I don't even know Man City got the weekend either. Yeah. So now we've got to go to Villa. We have to win now because now we're going into Villa now with the last 3 league games, losing to Everton, joined to Brentford, and now losing this game to City as it stands. We now need to go and win. We have to win Saturday, no matter what. Now
You've got a game in hand on them, haven't you? So
yeah, home to Everton on the 1st of March or something like that. About that time.
Yeah, I mean, we're only. I know it don't feel like it because of what the date is, but you're only just over halfway through the season.
Yeah. And Man City got Forest away, for fuck's sake. On Saturday. Seriously. This is taking the piss now. Your former boy's coming on. Calvin.
Well, they must. That basically tells me they feel really in front to bring Calvin on.
Yeah. This guy never plays for Man City after when he's playing. Vista came back from the World Cup and the manager called him out for being overweight.
Which I found that quite interesting because he was one of the fittest players at Leeds. So I don't know what happened. I don't know what he's been doing for 5 months because I can tell you this. He never came back from a tournament overweight when Bielsa was the manager.
Exactly.
He was terrified of Bielsa, though. They all were. It was like disappointing your head teacher.
Nemeth saying City could still lose as far as they could, but if they do, if by whatever miracle come 5 o'clock on Saturday afternoon, Nottingham Forest have got something from City, be a draw or a win at the City ground. I don't know what I'll do, but I'll do something. It'll be something so outlandish, basically. Especially if we win. Because basically, what it won't go by the fixture list in terms of when, who, what plays when. It's now going to be, assuming we win our games now between now and the game in hand after tonight, it's going to just be us and City going back and forth, taking turns over the weekend. Who's going to be top for X amount of hours until we play our game in hand now. It's been not only is it putting pressure on us winning every game between now and the game in hand at the start of March against Everton.
Yeah.
It's now putting pressure on that game as well that we have to win it to regain our advantage again. Fucking Ed, that's 3 chances now, Eddie. Misbehave yourself. You know exactly what the score is. You can see on the screen.
Oh, Chris is a master. He's a master. I wish I had his aloof.
His team's 10th in the league.
What will Chris's team make it if they win their game in hand? It'd be 16 points, wouldn't it?
Basically, if they win their game in hand, whoever that's against, and going by Liverpool's form this season, that ain't a guarantee.
I mean,
and the thing is, they've got.
I mean, I don't want to stir the pot, but like, even my team beat Liverpool, and we can't beat anyone.
Exactly. We played them at home and we beat them, so they can hardly talk. We've played Liverpool this season at the Emirates and beaten 3-2. 5 minutes of injury time, so it's just to bring the scoreboard down now. If we can get anything goal-wise, I mean.
What I find disappointing is you had them on the ropes,
Yeah.
You literally had them on the ropes, and then you came out after half time like you didn't have the momentum when you did.
Well, it's not, the main thing we came out to one is that the match somehow. I don't know how. Okay. The main thing that's cost us, I keep saying this in the second half, is we continued. We created stuff in the second half. It's just Gabriel mainly switching off. Gabriel switched off. Other players have switched off. Like, had little moments and lapses. But both goals in the second half that Man City have scored both come from Gabriel mistakes, where he's either ball watching off the ball and not concentrating to do his job and stop hard from scoring the third goal there, or committing so far forward in midfield, fuck about on the ball, gives it away, but then doesn't track back and completely leaves our defence exposed. So they've all had to come over, and they've left a massive gap where Jack Grealish just come along and gone, "Hi, thank you," and that's what's done us tonight. That's the main thing that's done us. That we know we had them on the ropes, and we didn't really go at them. But at the same time, even though we were going to an extent, it's just like defensive lapse and concentration that's cost us tonight. Corner. The keeper pushes it out, and it's a goal kick. Yeah. Oh, Dortmund have 1-0 up against Chelsea. Yay, positives. That cheered me up. Go on, Dortmund.
What's Balogun going to do with respect to Mr. Nightman Nemeth? Like, I'm not going to use like the cliche like, oh, he's been scoring in a Farmers League or that, but like realistically, it's not the same. Like, I'm not like trying to sound like a smart ass or that, but it's just not the same.
But the main thing is as well, he's a kid as well, he's playing his trade. That's the whole point of this loan spell, to get him experience and build his confidence up. What I'm not liking tonight now is fans are now leaving in their droves and not getting behind the team. Even though it is 3-1, I know that, but still. And most of them go literally low.
If you all leave early, then you're still going to be stuck in traffic.
No, exactly.
I don't know. The earliest usage on Twitter of Farmers League isn't actually about the French League or anything like that. It's something like Farmers Football League or something like that. Just look that up once. Anyway, you're so short. I don't care what anyone says to no one to contest him. Can't even get it on target. It's two stupid mistakes cost you a game.
My brother's in the chat. Fantastic. That's the brother, by the way.
Okay.
Yeah, I've already mentioned the mistake.
Is that the brother that supports Atletico Madrid?
Yeah.
Am I misremembering that?
Yeah. No, that's all right.
Okay. Okay. Interesting takes. Balogun is right where he needs to be.
I've mentioned the mistakes already, Brendan. I've called out a certain player in them two mistakes that was heavily involved in them two mistakes.
At the end of the day, if you maintain your current form over the last 4 or 5 months, you'll be in the top 2. You might even win it. If you maintain your form over the last week, you'll be lucky to get top 4.
Yeah. And this has been a common since we've moved to the Emirates. This has been a common theme. Whenever we've put ourselves in a title challenge like 07, 08, 08, 09, 9, 10, and the 15-16 season. Whenever we put ourselves in this position, it's this February, March, we fall apart. We just completely fall. The first two I mentioned were Ramsey and Eduardo getting injuries, so like their legs taken off them basically, and mentally it fucked the players. Every other season I mentioned since 15-16 and all that, I don't know what it is, but since we've moved to this stadium, there seems to be a sort of curve that come February, March, this happens in terms of our forms. Just out of nowhere, drops off like this. We drop points, or we drop points against teams we shouldn't be dropping points to, and we get absolutely humbled or battered, whatever way you want to put it, result-wise, against the title rival, and we just completely fall off a cliff. And I genuinely started thinking this season will be different. After only Arsenal could go through January of playing Newcastle, Tottenham, and Man United in the league, come away with 7 points out of 9, and then go and lose to Everton, draw unfairly to Brentford, and then lose to City tonight. Only we could do that. And they're going to, again, my main takeaway for being Joeling quickly, my main point is that you're going to have, because Sky and all the media put out that thing of, no, apart from Liverpool, no other team's got to 50 points at this point of the season and not gone on to win the league. You're going to have every rival fan come out and go, you bottled it. And that's going to nag me even more. If come mate. And the thing is, Man City should win the league because the money they've acquired to spend, get to where they are. But it is what it is. All right, Joel. All things considered.
I'll just start off by saying I couldn't really give a fuck what other people think. To be fair, we a lot of the times we the mishaps and the sloppy passes they just capitalised on. There's we just made a lot of errors, but they're a team you can't make errors against, aren't they? Yeah. Jack Grealish, his goal doesn't count because he doesn't really exist in my world, but they still technically won 2-1 in my eyes. But it's just one of those things. I know. I was listening to what you were saying, about Everton. That shouldn't have really happened, but it did. But we had a chance to bounce back against Brentford. I know VAR, it was used well today, but you look at that game and you think, well, human error, but we should be putting that game away anyway. Really, let's be honest. Today, this was always going to be a tough game. We know that, don't we? But it's how we bounce back from this. You can't. People saying, "Oh no, it's Man City's title race." Don't get me wrong. A couple of weeks ago, it wasn't Man City's title race; it was ours. So it just shows you how quick it can turn, and it can turn the other way again. So, people, but someone jumped on my Facebook last week and said, "Oh, Arsenal bottle jobs," but then that was coming from a Tottenham fan, which I found absolutely hilarious. So I'm not really going to take too much notice of what others say. And, a lot of people at the start of the season wouldn't have even put us in this position. We wouldn't have even been a name close to the top of the Premier League. Let's all be honest. So, we are there, but if we really want this, we just got to grab. We still got the game in hand, and I know everyone's going to go, yeah, but you're going to blow it. Yeah, but we've still got a game in hand. We've got to take advantage. We've still got an advantage here. We've got to take it.
Well, as I was saying, that all this has done now is put pressure on not just obviously Villa on Saturday. We have to win that now. Draw's not good enough, obviously, even though it put us back a few hours top.
But let's be honest, City went on a bit of a, City have dropped points. They're not unbeatable. but they beat us today, and that's it. But now we've just got to look to the Villa game. That's it. This game's done. We move on. If you keep looking back all the time, then you're only going to keep going backwards. You've got to say, right, yeah, we did lose today. There was some sloppy parts to the game. I thought Trossard should have come on earlier, but that's my opinion. But and that's not to say one guy comes on and wins a game for us, but I think you saw the tired legs kicking in because City can keep a tempo. That's the thing.
Yeah.
When you look at their bench, the tempo's there the whole time. If Nketiah gets tired, you can bring Trossard on, but Martinelli looked knackered.
Yeah.
You know, there's not a lot. You know, I'd love it if we had Jesus today. I'd love to have seen the game. I think it would have been a much more competitive game. But like we say, we just got to look at what we're doing and then go again on Saturday. That's all we can do.
Exactly. As I say, it just puts a bit of pressure on. Put more pressure on. We have to win that game. Have to beat that, and then we have to win the game in hand now to gain back our advantage in this type of race.
It's the passes. We got caught, didn't we? You know, each of the goals, apart from the third, really, that was just a really swift move by City, wasn't it? Let's be honest. It was swift. But the second goal, we just got picked. We got picked.
Yeah.
We got picked twice, didn't we? First goal and the second.
With Trossard, you mentioned Trossard. He should have had a pen. I don't know about you, but he should have had a pen.
I thought it was a penalty, but because I'm not being horrible, down the other end, Ryan, it would have been a penalty.
Yeah. Well, we saw Haaland go down with a literal shirt tussle with Gabriel earlier, and that was good.
And there was an interesting one with Saka and Grealish for a free kick where they went shoulder to shoulder and they gave a free kick to Grealish. And I'm thinking, but they've literally, if you actually saw in his face, he's gone like this. He's moved towards Saka with gritted teeth, and they've got a free kick out of it. And I'm thinking, it just don't. I don't know. I'm not like a bitter person. I'll be all right tomorrow, but it just we've got to go again on Saturday, haven't we? That's it, really.
Yeah, that's the main thing. It's 12. Let's say it's 12.
Game in hand. We've got to take it. We've got to take it and hope that and City can slip. There are times that they can slip. So they've got other games coming up that are going to be competitive as well. So we just got to hope that happens. Not everyone thought Tottenham were going to beat them. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. So there's chances for everyone to slip up somewhere. So we just got to keep focusing on what we're doing and do what we're doing game by game.
Man City's next two games are both. It looks like they're both away to Forest and Bournemouth in their league. Obviously, we got Villa and
I was listening. I was going to change my heart.
But no, we'll see. As I say, game by game. I said it at the start. Yeah. That's all you can do.
Yeah.
So
it might take it with Man City. Now we've got the game in hand. It might take the pressure off the players, and they might just come out on Saturday onwards and
just got to play our game, Ryan. That's all we got to do. Like people are saying in the chat, I think Jorginho was brilliant. Definitely player of the match for me today, from an Arsenal point of view. I thought he was the Arsenal player of the game by far. I think he was brilliant, which actually reassures me that if Partey does pick something up, we've got a good player there. So
we were to do,
So, but no, I've got to put Charlie to bed now. But I hope everyone's all right in the chat, and everyone's all right at home. That's the main thing.
Yeah,
and nice to meet you, mate.
Yeah, you too. Likewise.
No, I'm not working tonight. Saturday night, I think. But
I'll just be around and sort something out. No, it's fine.
It's all good fun. It's all good fun.
Yeah.
I'll message you probably later, or at some point anyway. So we'll sort it out.
Well, you're coming up on your channel, by the way, for the boxing, because there's a few events coming up. But,
it's just been really difficult to be honest with the shifts coming up, and a lot of the time I can't do watch-alongs and stuff like that. So it's kind of put a spanner in at the moment. But we'll see. I'm looking at hoping on a different type of podcast coming up, as you know, Ryan.
Yeah.
So we'll see. We'll see what's in the pipeline. There's always something.
Keep ourselves busy.
Yeah, mate.
Tom, obviously you're going live at midnight here in the UK, and your channel. Give your channel a plug.
Oh, sorry. What, my channel? Basically, I've got the Full Nelson podcast, spelled FOOL Nelson, as in wrestling move, hot and full, as in full, and I will be live in 2 hours and 21 minutes to discuss wrestling and nonsense.
Sounds good to me. That's right up my street.
What, the wrestling or the nonsense?
The wrestling, mate. The wrestling. I'm all about the wrestling.
Oh dear.
Give us a sub or whatever they call it in the YouTube world.
Yeah. Chuck us. Are you on Twitter as well, Tom?
I am on Twitter. I can sort that out for you right now.
That's on the screen at Mr.
Yeah,
send us your Twitter address there, is it not?
Yeah. Send us one over, and Ryan, and we'll have a catch up.
Yeah, no problem at all.
All right, then, lads, I better go.
Yeah, no worries. I'm about things up now. Obviously,
it was nice meeting you. Have a good evening. We'll make the best of it, obviously, given the result.
Yeah, definitely, mate. We go with it.
Unfortunately.
Me and Ryan don't get as stressed as we used to, because we've got to the point now where our hairlines just can't handle it anymore. I've had to change my hairstyle because it just wasn't working.
Yeah.
But,
well, you've grown it now.
Well, I am now,
Oh
dear.
You've got one follower.
I'll take that.
I found it instantly.
Joel,
I'm on the up. I'm on the up.
Basically, if anyone happens to be awake at midnight and you can't sleep, we'll be discussing nonsense, and we're going to be doing live watch along of the Elimination Chamber on Saturday night.
Nice, cool. Yeah, I'll be watching it Sunday morning with Charlie. So we're massive WWE fans, so we'll see what happens, mate. See what happens.
No problem. Have a good evening.
Yeah. Take care, lads.
Take care, sir.
Thanks as always, Ryan.
Yeah, no worries, guys. And as I say, thanks to everyone in the chat as well for popping along with the regulars and keeping us all sane whilst you've gone through tonight. We're back on Saturday now for the match for 12 o'clock. We're going live on Saturday, UK time in the afternoon. For Aston Villa versus Arsenal, wait to Villa. Unai Emery, what can go wrong?
Hopefully everything for them.
Yeah, about to say. Hopefully for us, positives all the way. We turn up. Our form suddenly takes a massive U-turn, and we turn up at Villa Park, put Unai Emery in the mud, and we move on. We bounce back, and we push again for this title. Yeah. And look, before we do wrap up, even though it's as frustrating as the result was tonight, certainly a couple of mistakes here and there that cost us. I've always said no matter what happens this season, win the league or not, worst case if we didn't win the league, it became second or third, whatever. I believe with how the team reacted to last year's pain and adversity, they'll bounce back and they'll go that step further this time next year, which would be the 20th anniversary of our last title, by the way. So either way, I'm not getting like, it's the end of the world. I'm not going to do what other people do. Like, that's it. I'll tell about this and the other. Our season's over. It's not over either. As I say, we've got a game in hand. We've got two games to play before that against Villa and Leicester, respectively, both away. Then we come back and we get a chance to avenge Goodison Park on the 1st of March at the Emirates. And if we win that, we're back to top. We're back to top, equal games with 3 points clear, and everything's forgotten.
I'm out to cheer you all up. I can cheer you all up in one sentence. In one
Chelsea
sentence.
Chelsea losing.
No, nothing to do with Chelsea. Just the reality is, it didn't go for you tonight, but still, tomorrow morning, Tottenham fans will wake up and they still support Tottenham.
That is true.
And do you know what? I'm going to leave on that note, and I'll sleep well tonight.
And with that, we'll see you all later. And as always, thanks to Joe and Tom, and see you soon.
See you later. Take care.